Now, today could be the hottest so far this year as Gauteng experiences a heat wave. Emergency services have released a stern warning for people to be cautious. At the same time, parts of Johannesburg are without water. So how does one even navigate such heat without water? Heidi Giokos is at the Sandton Fire Station with more on this. Heidi, good morning to you. I mean, if social media is anything to go by, you would know that every other day, either Sandton Fourways or even Bryanston trains for no water. Add the heat wave to this. I just wonder how everyone will be surviving during this time.
Yes, certainly. I think what's concerning here is the fact that certain areas in parts of Gauteng are without water, and this has got to do with the fact that Joburg Water needs to sort out its pump system. They are struggling, possibly linked to load shedding, but we will be speaking to Joburg Water at around 10 o'clock this morning, so we'll get a clearer picture. But I think what's quite concerning, Tumelo, is the fact that it is 8:15 in the morning and it's already 24 degrees. So if that's anything to go by, I think that's a clear indication that today is going to be really hot. We do know that Johannesburg will reach about 33 to 34 degrees and Pretoria reaching 36 degrees. This is a heat wave. The Weather Service has indicated that we will be experiencing blistering hot weather conditions in the next couple of days. But I think let's get further perspective of what we can expect and what we need to be looking out for. We are joined by Robert Molotsi, who speaks for emergency services. Thank you so much for your time, Mr. Molotsi. Quite concerning. I must say I was struggling to sleep last night because it was so hot.
It's extremely hot.
Yes.
When we're looking at it, we might even get to about 36, 38 degrees. Yeah, it's very extremely hot.
So maybe just tell us what we should be looking out for. People might be experiencing heat stroke, dehydration, all of that. What should we be looking out for?
Yeah, we're encouraging our residents out there to avoid direct sunlight, especially between 11 and 3. In the afternoon, it's extremely hot. They must take those who are working, on a direct sunlight. They need to take regular breaks, drink, lots of water to stay hydrated. And also, we also concerned about our residents, especially our elderly residents who are mostly on medication, to try and avoid, the direct sunlight and stay in a cool area. And also, most importantly, now that we are on school holidays, we are concerned about our young kids because they are home now. It's extremely hot. They might be tempted to go to the nearby river streams, nearby dams. Those river streams are very much dangerous. We have seen in the past where young boys mostly are drowning in those areas when we have extremely hot temperatures like the ones we have now. So we're encouraging them to visit our municipal swimming pools. Most of them are operating now. They've got lifeguards on site who normally will be looking after them while they're swimming, instead of going into these dangerous river streams and dams, because we know that those areas might be very dangerous. And of course, we also have a danger of veld fires because now that the grass is dry and we've got a windy weather conditions, most of the areas, especially our nature reserves, are mostly vulnerable to these veld fires because of maybe people throwing out cigarette butts and things like that. So we urging our residents out there to be cautious so that we can firstly prevent veld fires, which might happen around the city of Johannesburg, and also let's prevent drowning incidents, not only in our townships, even in our suburban areas. Let's make sure that our swimming pools, when they are not in use, they are covered with a safety net. And of course, some other areas will have that the swimming pool will have a fence and a locked gate, so that maybe kids don't sneak out while they are not supervised. Because we're urging our residents out there to make sure that even if the kids they've got the necessary skills, they know how to swim, but we must always make sure that they are supervised, because we cannot take a chance. Anything can happen while those young kids are busy swimming out there. Let's make sure that we monitor young kids while they're swimming, and make sure that our swimming pools are covered while not in use, so that we can also prevent the drowning incidents. And of course, those residents who are working into the direct sunlight, try and avoid direct sunlight between 11 and 3.
Okay, great. I think that gives a great summary of what we can expect and what we should look out for. I just want to go back to the important issue that you spoke about, especially children in the townships, because not too long ago, I did a story about 3 boys that drowned in, it was a dam, or it was a river stream, yes. And that is a big concern, because they obviously want to cool down. As EMS, are you taking any measures to perhaps educate these communities and these residents to say, please be on the lookout, don't let your children go unguarded and unprotected to these areas, to make sure that we can avoid this, because it's inevitable. They are going to want to cool down.
You're raising a very important question, Heidi. What's happening now, as a City of Johannesburg Emergency Management Services, we actually taken a proactive safety strategy, meaning that we are saying to our residents out there, prevention is the future. So what we're happening now, we are focusing mostly on our community empowerment programs, our community outreach programs. Through our public education office, we've got men and women who on a day-to-day basis are going out to our communities. Now that seasonally, now that we are in a summer season, the focus is on our water safety programs. Make sure that our young kids at the nursery schools, primary schools, high schools, community at large, we're educating them about the importance of looking after themselves, especially along these river streams, make sure that we safe, they're swimming in a safer place. Yes, right now we're intensifying those the programs. Our communities will be seeing us mostly conducting our community outreach programs, partnering with Swimming SA and also our local swimming pools in our local areas. Most of our regions in the city of Johannesburg, they've got municipal swimming pools which have got lifeguards. So we normally partner with them to strengthen our community outreach program, seasonal awareness campaign programs, to make sure that our residents are empowered with firstly with the necessary skills in terms of swimming, when we partner with Swimming SA and also our local swimming pools, because we have got lifeguards who are trained, who can be able to teach young kids, give them the necessary skills. And of course, generally, water safety along, the river streams, because we cannot forget about our residents in our informal settlements, because mostly in those areas, we know that in most of our informal settlements, there's like river streams which cut across, like Klip Valley. We've got a river stream in Alexander, Jacks Bay. So we'll always have those that temptation, more especially in young kids now that they're at home, they will be tempted to go into those river streams. So from our side, through our public education and our proactive service strategy now, our communities will be seeing most of us. We will of course be launching that water safety programs to make sure that we conscientize our residents about water safety now that we are in the summer season, and we're hoping that during this time of the season we will be able to prevent firstly most of the drowning incidents which are occurring in our suburban areas, in our household swimming pools, and secondly we are able to prevent drowning incidents which are occurring in our river streams and dams throughout the city of Johannesburg.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for your time. We do appreciate it. That's the spokesperson for EMS, Mr. Robert Mulaudzi, and I think just giving a whole summary, Tumelo, of what we can expect and what to look out for. It's very important to stay hydrated if you have water, because we know that parts of Johannesburg don't have water, and also just to make sure that you are careful should you be in an area where there's a swimming pool, and those that want to be tempted to go into these river streams and these dams should avoid doing so if they don't have the necessary protection to do so.
Indeed, Heidi, and I'm glad you raised the issue around young children often falling victim to these river streams, playing around them and drowning tragically in some cases, as you've covered as well. And Robert Mulaudzi just sending a stern warning for everyone to be careful. Heidi Giokos, thank you so much for placing the story, to, of course, the front line.